Hi everyone, welcome to Yoga with Kelly. Today we are going to go on a chakra journey. And that means we're going to explore what is a chakra, where are they located in the body, and how can we invite our vinyasa practice in to help open and balance our chakras with movement. So let's begin. So what is a chakra? The word chakra translates as wheel. And a chakra is not a physical entity. It's like a feeling or an idea which can have a really strong effect on the body as the chakras receive, assimilate, and express our life force energy, our prana. And chakras are energetic wheels. Balancing and opening them when they're blocked allows prana to flow through them and allows our bodies to use the energy for overall mental, physical, and spiritual well-being. So energy will flow only when it feels safe. And if the energy doesn't feel safe, that could be a blockage in the chakra. It could be a deficient or excessive amount of energy. It can present itself perhaps as physical pain in the area of the body the chakra is located, or it could present itself as like a negative emotion or feeling. So learning about the chakras, where they're located in the body, and what each chakra's energy associates with will help us to remove those blockages and find balance. So where your focus goes, your prana flows. And there are 7 main chakras in the body, which are stacked in a column of energy from the base of the spine to the top of the head. Each is associated with the color of the rainbow and is based on their location in the body, associated with a major area of human psychological health. So starting with the first chakra, the root chakra, it's located at the base of the spine, and its color is red. It is associated with the element earth, and it is about feeling grounded. It is about our right to have our human needs met, feeling safe, secure, stable. And some yoga poses that we can do, just like what I'm doing now, Sukhasana, easy pose, just feeling grounded, connected to the earth. Other poses would include warrior poses, the Virabhadrasanas A and B, Tadasana, Adho Mukha, Svanasana, downward facing dog. So anything that has really going to help us feel grounded and connected to the earth. So that is the root chakra. And then the second chakra moving up from the ground is sacral chakra. And that is located around the hips, the reproductive organs, the low back. And the sacral chakra is orange in color. And its element we connect with is water. So we go from this like grounded stability to the fluidity and movement of water. And it is about our right to feel creative, to experience pleasure. And when we move through yoga poses here, we like to do things that are like hip opening. You could do like a pigeon pose, a warrior 2, a warrior B, Virabhadrasana B, opening the hips, Trikonasana, triangle pose. So again, as we flow, we're going to associate each chakra, each energy center with a yoga pose that we can help open any blocked energy. And as we move up the ladder, if you will, on the next rung is the solar plexus, and that is like right below the or right above the navel. The sacral chakra is below the navel, and the solar plexus is right above the navel. And that is yellow in color. It is associated with fire. So also it's our right to be who we are. It is where our self-worth and our determination and really that fire in the belly, like that's where that comes from. So the fire flow as we move into the abdominal area, any kind of core exercises like Navasana boat pose, for example. Moving up to the next chakra, it is the Anahata chakra. It is the heart chakra, and it is green in color, and it serves as like a bridge between the lower chakras, which are very bound physically, to the upper chakras, which are more mental. So we make the shift from body to mind. And this green Anahata chakra, it is about love, our right to love, to be loved, to give love, to be compassionate and forgiving. And yoga poses we can do here, again, in our heart center, is heart opening poses like back bends or upward facing dog, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. So anything that's heart opening and back bending. And we'll build those into our flow. Moving up to the fifth chakra, this is the throat chakra, and it is blue in color. It's located in the throat, but also includes the nose and ears. And this is about our basic right to speak, to be heard, and to have the freedom to do so. So one thing I like to associate with the throat chakra is about, speaking our truth, but, kind of like giving ourselves that pause between what we think we want to say and then what we actually say. And that pause gives us time to kind of pass through these 5 gates. The acronym is THINK. The first one is, is what I'm about to say, is it true? Is it helpful? Is it inspiring? Is it necessary? And is it kind? So that's our throat chakra, our communication center. And like I said, it's blue in color, but anything that like stretches the neck or, opens again from the heart up into the throat, helps us really move into opening that chakra or bringing it into balance if anything is stuck. So from the throat chakra, we move into the 6th chakra, which is located in the center of your forehead. It's your 3rd eye, and it is indigo in color. It is associated with being seen and seeing and understanding that the wisdom is within us. We just need to be open to tapping into it, that self-exploration. It kind of connects to the lower chakra where you have this physical sensation of like a gut feeling, and then it processes through up to your 6th chakra, like, okay, what kind of signals is that sending me? Something about this situation doesn't feel, potentially safe or helpful or heartfelt. So, giving yourself the permission to explore and go deeper in thought there. And ways we can open our 6th chakra, again, in child's pose, balasana, just letting the forehead rest on the earth, making that connection from the ground to the 3rd eye. Also, maybe arm balances, headstands, handstands, just getting upside down and allowing a different blood flow instead of flowing down, getting upside down and shifting your perspective. And that brings us to our 7th main chakra. It is right on the top of the head. It's the crown chakra, and it is violet in color, so beautifully, brilliantly violet, almost white, pureness. It symbolizes thought. It symbolizes our oneness, our connection with the universe, with ourself, knowing that we're not just a part of the universe, but the universe is a part of us. And we are a part of everything that was, is, and will be. So that is an overview of the 7 chakras and some poses that we'll do to help the crown chakra. Again, headstand, getting on the head. And that could be rabbit pose where you're supported on your hands and knees as well, or exploring the full headstand. But again, getting upside down, shifting our perspective and shifting the flow of blood. So let's do it. Let's just build a vinyasa practice. I'm going to put my hair in a ponytail, and I'll meet you right back here on the mat. All right, we're on our mat, so we are going to start in Tadasana at the top of the mat. Really getting grounded down to the feet. You're bringing your hands to heart center. Bring your awareness, your focus to each of the chakras. In this grounding pose, the root chakra at the base of the spine. Letting the awareness rise up into the hips, the sacral chakra up into the navel, the solar plexus, with the hands at the heart center, allowing your breath and energy to rise up into the throat chakra, with an open mind through the third eye, allowing the energy to rise up to the crown of your head. We'll begin with a few sun salutation A's, Surya Namaskar A's, to warm up the body, opening up the energy channels in the body so that the prana can flow freely. On an inhale, reach and lengthen your arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step back to plank. Lower halfway down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Taking some nice deep breaths here. Again, this very grounding pose, engaging the bandhas here, the mula bandha down, the root lock, root chakra. Drawing the navel in, Uddiyana bandha. Even drawing the chin towards the chest, engaging the Jalandhara bandha. All in alignment with our chakras. Just come to your tippy toes, put a bend in your knees, make your way to the top of your mat. Inhale, half lift for length. Exhale, fold in to let go. Inhale, rise to standing. Reaching the arms up overhead. And exhale your hands to heart center. Let's do that 2 more times. I'll call it out this time, and then the third one you'll do on your own. That kind of gives you that free-flowing feeling, that connection, moving into the higher chakras from the lower. So inhale the arms up. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, half lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, step back and lower, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, open through the heart, open through the throat. Exhale, lift the hips, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. And after your 5th breath, travel to the top of your mat. Inhale, half lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold in, Uttanasana. Inhale, rise to standing, lengthening up. Exhale, hands to heart center, Tadasana. All right, one more on your own. Just let your breath guide your way. Right on, I'll meet you at the top of the mat in Tadasana. We'll continue to build our flow, grounding poses, opening poses. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, fold it in. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step back to plank, that Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Step the right foot up to the top of your mat in a low runner's lunge. Really stacking the knee over the ankle, lowering the back knee down, uncurling the left toes, and reaching the arms up. This is Anjaneyasana. You're grounding, but also starting to feel that stretch and opening through the hips. Engaging your core, opening, maybe goalposting the arms, opening the heart center up towards the sky. Feel it stretch the neck through the throat chakra. Then your gaze, let's gaze your drishti come from the third eye. And feeling the energy rise up to the crown of the head. Inhale the arms back up overhead. Exhale, lower them down to the earth. Just go start to straighten the front leg. Walking the hands back to kind of a half split, Ardha Hanumanasana. And taking that counter pose after a heart opener, a forward fold. All right. Take your drishti forward, step into your right foot, come up on the back foot, and then spin the left heel down, inhaling up Virabhadrasana A. And very grounding. We're using the Ujjayi pranayama to help bring that beautiful oxygenated blood flow to the body, opening up the chakras. Make one more big inhale. On an exhale, open up to Virabhadrasana B, Warrior 2. Now we're opening the hips, still grounding. Gently straighten your right leg as you reach out over your right fingertips into Trikonasana, triangle pose. Rotating the heart, center up towards the sky, maybe the gaze. Come on up on an inhale. Turn the toes forward, flip the palms up. Let's take a nice deep forward fold in Prasarita Padottanasana, a wide leg forward fold. I'm feeling stretch to the hips and shifting the perspective and the blood flow towards the head, towards the upper chakras, reaching the crown of the head towards the earth, and now the hips towards the sky, or the root chakra towards the sky as well. Next inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, turn to your left, just kind of shifting directions. You're in a low lunge on the left leg. Shift your hands forward, lift your back leg, rotating the hips, stacking the hips into a half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. And balancing is also very grounding. And it takes a lot of inward focus too to tune into the balance, to the breath. You're bringing your right hand down, a little Shiva squat here to square off the hips. Let's take a revolved half moon. Re-extending the leg behind you, same leg, and then waving the left arm up, inviting a twist. Twisting poses are also very good for the solar plexus, those abdominals, that middle third chakra. You're bringing your left hand down, maybe a little Shiva squat here, and then step your right foot to the back of your mat, followed by your left. We'll take a vinyasa and meet in downward facing dog. Right, stepping your left foot to the top of your mat in a low runner's lunge, again checking your alignment with your knee and your ankle, and then gently lower your right knee down and curl the right toes. Inhale the arms up, Anjaneyasana, and feeling the stretch, the grounding, the opening. Maybe again, going a little deeper with the heart opener, opening through the throat. And then bringing the arms back up overhead, taking the counter pose to a heart opener, a forward fold. So Ardha Hanumanasana, half splits. Lifting your gaze forward, step into your left foot, spin your right heel down, come on up, Warrior A, squaring the hips off. Take one more big inhale, and then as you exhale, open up to Warrior B, Virabhadrasana B, Warrior 2. Start to straighten your left leg as you push the hips to the right, opening up to Trikonasana, triangle pose. And then come on up on an inhale, turn the toes forward, take a wide leg forward fold, maybe this time bringing your hands behind your low back, lift up and fold. Maybe the crown of the head touches the ground, maybe it doesn't. That is okay, that's just the direction you're moving that chakra in. Again, shifting the perspective and the flow of blood. Right, bring your hands back to your hips, release the hands to the earth, lift up halfway, and then turn towards the right. In a low lunge, we're going to practice our balance here in our half moon. So you can shift your hands forward to lift your back leg as you open through the hips, stacking them. Bring the left hand down, a little curtsy bow, a little Shiva squat to square everything off, re-extending the same leg, and then opening up, twisting, wringing things out. And the right hand down, step your left foot to the back of your mat, followed by your right. Let's just hold in plank here. Plank is a great pose too to check in with our chakras, our bandhas, our breath, our ujjayi pranayama. Strong to the core, grounding. And then come to your knees. Press your hips to meet your heels, child's pose. Just letting your third eye rest on the earth. Extending the arms out long. Just walking your hands towards your knees, sitting up in hero's pose. We're gently going to have a seat on the mat and swing the legs around long in front of us. Great, some options here. We're going to open the hips, but an option is to come onto your back, pull your heels in and cross your left or right ankle over your left thigh for this kind of supported pigeon pose. And drawing the knees in, this really opens the hips. Or if you'd prefer, from child's pose, instead of sitting up in heroes, you can come up into a downward facing dog, lift your right leg, and draw your right knee in towards your right wrist, swinging the toes out to the left. This is what I'm going to explore today, but both good options. Just listen to your body, and then elongate out over the bent leg. Give yourself one more round of breath. We're bringing yourself up. We're gently going to ease our weight into the right hip. So if you're on your back, just kind of roll up. Bring your left leg around in front of you. It looks like we're in a sitting tree pose. This is Janushirasana A. So reach the arms up and then extend out over the leg. Breathing here. Come on up on an inhale. Let's lift both arms, both legs, Navasana boat pose. And talk about the core being activated here. We're grounding down. We're also letting the energy rise up. Now opening through the heart center here as well. And take the gaze up. And add in a vinyasa. Or just go straight to down dog. Or again, if you're doing the supported pigeon pose on your back, just roll onto your back. Right, so lifting your left leg straight up behind you. We're not trying to open the hip yet. We're going to do that when we get into our pigeon pose. Prajaghapottanasana. Right, so weights distributed between both hips. Back big toes like an anchor and the heels spinning towards the sky. Then elongate out over the front bent leg. Give yourself one more round of breath. Then you'll bring your hands underneath shoulders. Push yourself up to seated. Ease your weight into your left hip. You can swing your right leg around in front of you, placing the left foot in the inner thigh of the right leg. Kind of like thinking belly button to big toe. So we're not like folding this way. It's almost like a twist, right? Engaging, that's right, the solar plexus, getting some energy in there. And then reaching out, folding in. Yeah, come on up on an inhale, bring both legs in, and explore your variation of Navasana. So it could be straight legs could be bent. You could even be supporting yourself, giving a little bit more of a heart opener here. all very good options. And then just gently lower the legs, bring your hands behind your knees and gently roll onto your back. Walking the feet in towards the hips, planting the feet hip distance apart, walking the fingertips close to the heels. I'm going to start exploring some back bends, so deeper heart openers. So you press into your feet, press into your hands, kind of squeeze the glutes together a little as you lift the hips up. Drawing the heart up, keeping the back of the head, shoulders grounded, and gently lower down. If you want to go into full wheel, again, I would say a full bridge, a deep heart opener. I would say come to bridge first. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders, come to the crown of your head, and then push yourself up, shifting the weight towards the chest. And heart opening, back bending. And then gently lower down. Let the knees kind of fall in toward each other. You can even windshield wiper the legs. Right, drawing the knees into your chest, extend the legs up high to the sky. Right, moving into plow and shoulder stand. So pushing into the hands to lift the legs over, feeling the weight in your shoulders, not your neck. Right? It is a stretch. This is good for the throat chakra, the Jalandhara Bandha, the abs, very grounding as well. And moving up into Salamba Sarvangasana, or shoulder stand. And shifting the flow of blood, bringing it to the upper chakras, enabling the prana to flow a little bit more freely, perhaps, if there are any blockages. And then gently lower the legs back to halasana, plow pose. Bring your hands down to the earth. I'm gonna press the thumbs together. I'm gonna create a little cradle for the body. After that deep forward fold of a halasana plow, we want a heart opener. So bring yourself up, lift through the chest, and drop the head back. Fish pose. Some people like to do lion's breath here. It's like taking a big inhale and sticking your tongue out and going, bah, bah, bah. Great for the throat chakra. You lift the head, gaze the toes, just kind of ease your way off the arms, drawing your knees into your chest, maybe some small circles in one direction and then the other. We're gonna rock and roll our way up to seated. Explore a headstand before moving into Shavasana. Right, so coming onto the hands and knees. All right, the first option could be rabbit. And if you're apprehensive or don't have any training in the headstand, I would say start here. It's kind of like child's pose, only the arms are behind you. You're reaching for the ankles and going from the third eye or that sixth chakra location to the seventh chakra location, the crown of the head. And you could stay right here. If you want to explore this a little deeper, clasp your hands together behind your head, hug your elbows in nice and close. You should be able to lift your head up, right? Not dumping the weight into the crown of the head, just letting the blood flow there. Maybe come to the tippy toes, walk your feet in, maybe one, maybe both legs come up to your headstand. And you could do this up against the edge of a bed. You could do this up against a wall. Just remember, you're pressing into the forearms here, not dumping into the head. The hands clasped behind the head are helping stabilize the neck, right? So we're not bobbleheading it. We're really strong here, right? We gently come out of this. One or both legs. And then come to the knees. Press the hips back. Let your third eye rest in child's pose. And leveling out the blood flow from that inversion. And walking your hands towards your knees, sitting up in hero's pose and gently easing your weight one hip or the other. We're moving into Shavasana. And gently roll onto your back. Reach the arms long behind you for a nice big stretch. And exhale out through the mouth. You lower your arms down to your side. Close your eyes. Let your practice settle in. And bringing your awareness to all the good you did, not just for your body physically, but for your mind. Opening up those energy channels in the body, those energy wheels, those chakras. Savasana, so good for each of them. A time to maybe be meditative about it. Think about the root chakra, focusing on the color red. Feeling grounded, supported, stable. Drawing your awareness up into the sacral chakra, visualizing the color orange. Feeling creative, feeling. Shifting your focus, awareness, the third chakra, solar plexus, yellow in color. Self-worth, your power, your determination. Trying to focus awareness up into the fourth chakra, your heart chakra, green in color. Open and flowing, love in and love out. Receiving it and giving it. Compassionate, forgiving. Yourself and others. Moving to the throat chakra, blue in color. Honoring your freedom of speech. Speak and to be heard. Listen to others. Moving up into your sixth chakra, Ajna chakra, third eye in the center of your forehead. Indigo in color. Honoring your right to see and be seen. Tapping in and recognizing you have got the wisdom within you. And you have the right to explore it. Moving up into the crown chakra, violet in color. And feeling that oneness, that connection of yourself with the universe within you. Understanding and knowing divinity is within you. And you are connected to your higher power. Awakening from stillness, kind of wiggle the fingers and toes, roll your wrists and ankles, maybe point or flex your feet. One more nice big full body stretch. And just drawing your knees into your chest, squeezing everything into your middle. And gently falling onto your left or right side. Taking a moment in this fetal posture, this yoga pose you knew before you were even born. And gently bring yourself up to seated. And returning to that easy Sukhasana pose, that grounding, centering, asana. And we are all spiritual beings having a human experience. And to be kind whenever possible. It is always possible. Thank you for joining today. I'll see you next time.